supposed to be reading.
Plus, wildfires are consuming the plains. We'll tell you how to stay safe.
And later, an update on K-State sports.
It's a beautiful day with a little bit of wind, but is that nice weather going to stick around? I'll have that coming up in my 5-day forecast. Keep it here on Channel 8 News.
This is KKSU LD, covering Manhattan, Riley County, and the Flint Hills, broadcasting in high definition from Kansas State University. You're watching Channel 8 News.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on Channel 8 News. I'm Ryan Manring.
And I'm Liz Heath. Today, Kansas State University is mourning the loss of one of its students.
On Saturday morning, authorities discovered the body of Jacob Horton, a 25-year-old student and U.S. Army veteran, in his vehicle parked at a campus parking lot. An investigation confirmed Horton died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Horton previously studied at the K-State Salina campus and was living in Marlatt Hall this semester. He was a freshman majoring in education, and the Kansas State Veterans Student Organization is planning a memorial service on campus for Horton, and as well as the organization is planning to make a donation to his family or a charity of the family's choice in Horton's name. If you would like to make a contribution, you can contact the K-State Veterans Student Organization President, Justin Manford, at kstatevso@gmail.com.
Paint on your hands, paint on your clothes, but most importantly, paint on the wall. Students from over 500 registered organizations at Kansas State University were invited to help paint the park midday Saturday from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. The event was hosted by the Staley School of Leadership Studies. The goal? To provide service to the community and help bring together the K-State family. Around 200 students helped paint the building in Annenberg Park, working for a total of just 2 hours. Colby Haverkamp, a representative of the School of Leadership Studies, says he hopes the event will continue for many years to come.
Hold on tight, folks. A new attraction in Manhattan could sweep you off your feet. Channel 8 News reporter Callie Ogborn has had a wild time bringing us this story. Callie?
If you haven't heard of it yet, you certainly will in the coming months. Manhattan has a new nature attraction called the Wildwood Outdoor Adventure Park. The park has 7 zip lines and a free fall, which is just as scary as it sounds, and the hour-long hike to all of the lines makes everything worth it. The zip lines allow you to view the Flint Hills in a completely different light, and sometimes at speeds of up to 50 miles per hour. Owners Steve and Chris Springer built the park on the land they own to give another option for those who love to be outside in nature.
We had went ziplining with our family in Nashville, and it was 3 generations. We had the grandparents and the kids and the grandkids, and we all just had a great time, and it's hard to find something that families can do together.
Our son and daughter said you should do that on the property that we have because of the hills and the ravines, and that way we could save the property and not take the trees out and all of that.
Wildwood Outdoor Adventures is bound to become a Manhattan staple, and it's exciting to see what the future holds for them. When asked what they hope to see their park become in the future, owner Steve replied,
"We're looking pretty seriously into a challenge course in the near future, something that, again, parents and children can do together."
The Springers Park has only been open since the second weekend in March, but they will continue to operate throughout the summer and fall. For hours and pricing, visit wildwoodzip.com. For Channel 8 News, I'm Callie Ogborn.
If you're looking for a more relaxing outdoor activity, the Quad on the K-State campus is calling college students out of winter hibernation with a little less stress this spring.
Between the trees, you can find students hanging around, walking tight ropes, or playing spike ball between classes, but by far the most popular of those pastimes is laying in a hammock. Brianna T. Matt tells us why she enjoys spending time hanging around in the trees.
Since spring's begun, it's been a lot easier to get outside and get more active or not get active. Getting to lay in the hammock under the blossoming trees is one of my favorite things to do. Getting to smell it when you're just laying there taking a nap or reading a book is just awesome.
And it looks like a very nice week to sit back and relax with temperatures in the 60s and 70s all this week. We'll have a more detailed weather forecast coming up in our show.
The warm weather is also bringing out groups across campus to promote wellness, as well as giving away free food. Kansas State's own Wildcat Wellness Coalition and UPC partnered to host their very first student farmers market this week in Bosco Plaza. The event featured on-campus groups including the Farm, Horticulture and Pottery Clubs, LGBT, Bakery Science Club, Theater, and the KSU Recreational Facilities Department. With tons of free gear and goodies to be given away, there was a pretty solid turnout for the premiere event.
We came together to, there's three things that we put under our mission. We wanted to first increase access to local foods for the students and also the faculty, staff, and community members in Manhattan. We also wanted to support our student organizations, so all the vendors here are student groups on campus. And then we also wanted to just, in general, promote health and wellness.
So UPC kind of had this idea to create the farmers market, and then Megan from the Wildcat Wellness Coalition came to us with kind of the same idea of what we were already doing, so we decided to partner up. It's supposed to be once a month, the last Wednesday of every month. I think we're only going to do it like August, September, October, and March, April, May, so probably 6 years.
Right now their roots are angled, so if you try to separate them, you might...
Keep an eye out for signs advertising the farmers market, weather permitting. A new building on campus brought an audience to celebrate its recent grand opening. Channel 8 News reporter Catherine Curtis was there.
Last Friday, the College of Engineering celebrated the newly renovated engineering complex with an official ribbon-cutting ceremony. It has additional square feet for instructional, research, and office space that allows various groups of engineers to work together.
The cutting-edge research and educational space at Engineering Hall is visible evidence of our commitment to our faculty and students.
There's new lecture halls, which is really nice. They're very spacious, and it's nice because the glass windows also provide lighting. And in addition, we have an area for the student design teams. We're also able to have the scholars assisting scholars be able to have their own area now.
The engineering complex has already drawn attention from outside the K-State community.
This past week, we had a conference for the chemical engineering department, and it was really interesting because all the people coming here is like, wow, this is really neat.
One of the many goals of the new engineering complex is to help K-State become a part of the top 50 research institutions in the nation. This is Catherine Curtis for Channel 8 News.
That really is a beautiful new building. Coming up, we'll take a look on what's clouding the Kansas sky.
And later, a live look from Emporia, Kansas. Stay tuned.
Land Grant University, entrusted with serving the needs of our communities and world through the nation's most important research and testing. We don't cater to what's popular. We come together to find out what's next, what will save lives and better the world. Since 1863, our values haven't changed, but our methods have. What defines a land-grant university? Community, progress, you.
I'm Ngọc Trân from Đà Lạt, Vietnam.
I'm Raphael from St. Mary's, Kansas.
Mình nói cả tiếng Việt và tiếng Anh.
I only speak one language, unless you count Pig Latin. Oh, you don't? Okay, one language.
I'm new to K-State and want to experience everything I can in Manhattan.
I'm hungry. Do you want to go eat some ice cream?
Sure.
Become an international buddy today and develop new friendships and experience different cultures.
How do you say Wabash in your language?
What's a Wabash?
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. The largest wildfire in Kansas history and one of the largest in U.S. history is almost completely contained today.
That's right, Liz. Known as the Anderson Creek Fire, flames ignited in northern Oklahoma 2 weeks ago and quickly blazed north into Kansas due to low humidity and high winds. The fire has claimed 397,000 acres of land, as well as 19 homes and 25 more minor structures. Remnants continue to burn in the Barber County, though Kansas Forest Services have stated that the fire is 95% contained.
As the weather begins to warm up, we can all keep safe and avoid dangerous wildfires. Channel 8 News reporter Catherine Curtis has more on how you can prevent those fires.
We're just now getting into the beginning of what is typically our fire season here in Kansas. So it's early, and we've already had, as the news has stated, with the Anderson Creek Fire, a very, very active fire season.
Last week, the Anderson Creek wildfire spread from Oklahoma and into Kansas, where it scorched 620 acres and took over one home. This is just one of thousands of wildfires that occur in Kansas every year. I learned more about outdoor fire safety from Smokey the Bear and the Kansas Forest Services to better prepare for a burning season.
A local volunteer fire department will respond with what we call brush trucks, or like a wildland engine. That's a truck that carries a tank pumping water and can, while it's driving, it's capable of pumping out water onto the fire. You'll have several of those show up. They'll each take a flank, and they'll just extinguish the fire with water as they drive around the perimeter.
Nearly all wildfires are put out by local fire departments, but 90% of them are started by human interactions that could be avoided.
You know, some of the things that aren't often thought about but can be a major cause is simple things like vehicle maintenance. When pulling a trailer, keeping the chains where they're not dragging the ground and could spark. When doing agricultural work like welding on metal fencing, again, not on a hot, dry day. Try to avoid that or have water available. Just watch the weather and prepare.
Reporting for Channel 8 News, I'm Catherine Curtis.
Kansans are known for coming together as a community in a time of crisis and assisting each other through trying times. Farmers, in particular, are lending a helping hand to those affected by the Anderson Creek Fire.
You'll find farmers all across Kansas, but you'll find one close community among them all. The southern region of our state, especially Medicine Lodge, experienced horrific wildfires, and now farmers in the central region are taking action to help.
Farmers are always concerned about farmers, yeah, that's for sure. So we did finally decide that, yes, we should be willing to give them a load of hay, and which we did, yes. I'm sure that they're thinking that, gosh, we'll maybe be receiving some help from some of the neighbors and from wherever, yeah. And hay will probably be given to us from somebody that has plenty to donate, to us, and hope that maybe the government will surely get involved with, because it's the risk that we as farmers take at times, and it's like hailstorms or whatever, so that's the risk that we're involved with, and you hate to see it, but we gotta go on. That ain't the end of life, yep. So we gotta keep smiling and hoping that God will bless us in some other way later on in the time of the year.
Liz, if the recent weather doesn't make you want to go outside, I don't know what will.
Stay here for your Channel 8 weather update up next.
What ignites inspiration? It's sparked in every victory, every banner carried high. It's lit in traditions that bind each generation together. It's found in the people who push us to never settle and who serve those without a voice. It's iconic. It's groundbreaking. It's a new generation of world changers and answer seekers. What ignites inspiration? Tradition, passion, you.
Hi, I'm Tunde from Lagos, Nigeria.
And I'm Ronnie from Spring Hill, Kansas.
During festivals, I wear my kaftan.
On K-State game days, I wear purple and a foam finger.
I've never been to an American football game.
I've never been out of this country. You want to go tailgating this weekend?
Sure.
Become an international buddy today and develop new friendships and experience different cultures.
Would you happen to have a purple kaftan?
Only for game days.
Powerful ideas are sparked by a natural curiosity. It could begin with a single seed or a brilliant ray of light. At Kansas State University, it begins with research that advances the world, where science and creativity meet. At Kansas State University, powerful ideas begin with you.
Chances are that you've ridden on a campus elevator at some point. While some may take this mode of transportation for granted, there's a lot that goes into keeping all 88 elevators on campus working. I went along with James Copeland to take you inside the world of elevators on campus.
Elevators on the K-State campus are used by thousands on a daily basis.
And it's no small task keeping those elevators working.
We took a ride on all the campus elevators in the academic buildings to learn more about how this system works.
There are over 80 elevators on campus, all with varying characteristics. In this study, we timed how long it took each elevator to get from the lowest to the highest floor, then divided the time by the number of floors to get an average. We found that speeds varied greatly across the board. Ed Heptig with the Division of Facilities explains why this is.
Hydraulic elevator has a shaft inside, so it pumps oil into a shaft and piston, and it shoots the elevator up to the floor you're wanting. That's a slower process because you're pushing fluids into that, raising your elevator up. On a cabled elevator, the elevator there is on a cable, and it's a quicker response.
Among the fastest elevators we found were Hale Library, Bluemont, Rathbone, and Anderson Halls. The slowest were Durland, Call, Weber, Thompson, and Seton Halls. As far as maintenance is concerned, housing and dining works independently from the rest of campus. For the academic buildings, Facilities works with a company called ThyssenKrupp, which is the largest elevator company in North America. This company inspects campus elevators monthly.
We run it through them so that we've got records once a month that come to us. They take it, give us a report, anything that's failed or needs repaired, they come in and do that. They also have a 2-hour response after 9 o'clock. During the day, they're here from 8 o'clock till 9 at night.
So the next time you step into a campus elevator,
just remember all the work that goes into keeping this system operational. For Channel 8 News, I'm James Copeland.
And I'm Liz Heath.
Happy riding.
You know, I've never thought about all that before, Liz. Thanks. Spring is finally in full swing, but what will that weather mean? Sticking around?
Channel 8 News weather reporter Nick Yuramovich is here with us in the studio. What can we expect for this week's weather, Nick?
That's a great question, Liz. As you said earlier, it's going to be some, nice temperatures in the 60s and 70s, not quite as warm as today. Let's go to our weather map here of the national map. In Seattle, 58 degrees, and down in Los Angeles, 81. Pretty typical for the West Coast this time of year. We come to the Midwest. We've got 74 in Kansas City today. Should be perfect for the Royals series opener. And then down here in Dallas, it's 83. And pretty nice weather in general just for this whole for the whole country. If we could go on to the state map, out in western Kansas, it's going to be pretty much just like it is here in the 80s. And of course, like over here in Kansas City, perfect for some Royals baseball in their defense of the championship. And if we can go on to the 5-day forecast, it's going to get maybe a little stormy on Sunday, so not quite perfect for all of your weekend activities, but you should be able to get those in Friday and Saturday, and during the rest of the week as well. Perfect hammock weather. Back to y'all at the news desk.
Thanks, Nick. Next, we'll tell you all you need to know about sports at K-State and across the nation. Stay with us.
I'm Kathleen from Meiningen, Germany.
I'm Ginger from Overland Park, Kansas.
I've traveled to London and saw the Parliament, studied in Mexico City, spent the summer in Austria, went skiing in the Alps, and I visited the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Well, I've been to the world's largest ball of twine.
Can we go?
Of course!
Become an international buddy today and develop new friendships and experience different cultures.
Up next, the world's deepest hand-dug well.
Is it near the Grand Canyon?
Kenya, Africa. A baby elephant is trapped in a waterhole. Researchers rush to the rescue, and a 400-pound baby elephant and its agitated, dangerous mother are finally reunited. One of those researchers is K-State alumnus Mark Sowers. While at K-State, he used telemetry to study bison on the Konza Prairie Biological Station, a skill he now uses to study and help elephants, his lifelong dream. That's the Wildcat Way.
I am an artist.
I'm an explorer.
A parent.
Working full-time.
I am the future.
I'm finishing my bachelor's degree.
Getting my master's.
Becoming professionally certified.
I'm a student.
I'm on my way.
And I am global.
Kansas State University's Global Campus is your connection to learn online, develop professionally, and connect globally. Go online for more information about K-State's Global Campus.
Spring sports are officially underway, from baseball to football practice starting back up again.
Our sports broadcaster Juan Cisneros is here to tell us more. Juan?
Thanks, guys. With a 7-game skid heading into Tuesday's home matchup with Nebraska-Omaha, the Batcats were looking for a bit of a spark to help them get back in the win column. Danny Krause and Jake Woodkey got the offense going for K-State with a couple of RBI singles in the bottom of the second to put the Cats up 2-0. Fast forward to the 5th inning, Cats are up 5-0 and they decide to bring even more offense. Woodkey tacks on a 3-run homer, then a pair of RBI doubles from Dalrymple and Rowlett makes it 10-0 K-State. Coach Hill brings Nick Jones in to finish the game in the 9th, and he gets Omaha's Clayton Taylor to ground out to Jake Woodkey to close the ballgame. The Cats snapped their 7-game slump with an 11-3 victory. K-State hosted Oral Roberts the following night in what would be a dramatic matchup. The Golden Eagles got a quick 2-0 lead after a handful of walks, but K-State answered back in the bottom half of the inning with a 2-run homer from Josh Rowlett. Down 8-3 going into the bottom of the 6th inning, the Cats start to claw back into it. A bases-loaded wild pitch brings in Jake Scudder to get things going, and a couple more singles end up getting 5 runs for the Cats to tie the game up at 8. K-State scored 2 more in the bottom of the 7th and stayed up 10-8 going into the 9th inning. Oral Roberts grabbed 2 more runs to send the game into extra innings. A couple of base-running mistakes kept the Cats off the board in the 10th, and the Golden Eagles notched 4 runs in the 11th inning. The Batcats go down 14-10 in extra innings. K-State baseball continued their struggles in Lubbock over the weekend. The Cats got swept in the 3-game set with Texas Tech, getting outscored by a total of 26-12 during the series. The Cats have now dropped 11 of their last 12, but look to get a victory at Nebraska. K-State football got spring practices kicked off this past weekend, and like most teams, the Cats will look to answer some questions about their squad going into the 2016 regular season. Figuring out the quarterback position will be a priority for Coach Snyder, with Jesse Ertz, Alex Delton, Joe Huebner, and a handful of others vying to be the main signal caller. Spring practices began on March 30th and will continue until April 22nd with the 2016 White versus Purple spring game to be held on April 23rd. If you could assemble a roster with the best K-State players from the last decade, who would you choose? This scenario just might happen thanks to former K-State basketball player Jordan Enriquez. Enriquez has put together a team of former Cats featuring past stars such as Jacob Pullen, Dennis Clemente, Curtis Kelly, and a handful of others. If the team gets enough votes, they will be placed in the Midwest region of the tournament. Be sure to go vote for Purple and Black at www.thetournament.com. That's it for the latest on K-State sports. Ryan and Liz, back to you.
Thanks so much, Juan. I know everyone's really excited about getting those former players back together.
Next, we'll have a live look from Emporia, Kansas, where several Channel 8 News students are being recognized by the Kansas Association of Broadcasters. Stay tuned.
I'm a dog person.
I'm a sports fan.
An artist.
Working full-time.
I am the future.
I am finishing my bachelor's degree.
Getting my master's.
Becoming professionally certified. I'm a student.
I'm on my way.
And I am global.
Kansas State University's Global Campus is your connection to learn online, develop professionally, and connect globally. Go online for more information about K-State's Global Campus.
Land Grant University, entrusted with serving the needs of our communities and world through the nation's most important research and testing. We don't cater to what's popular. We come together to find out what's next, what will save lives and better the world. Since 1863, our values haven't changed, but our methods have. What defines a land-grant university? Community, progress, you.
18 of Kansas State University's journalism students are being recognized today by the Kansas Association of Broadcasters. Channel 8 reporter Katie Johnston joins us from Emporia State University with more. Katie?
Just moments ago, students from the A.Q. Miller School of Journalism and Mass Communications were accepting their Kansas Association of Broadcasters Awards, or KABs, for work produced throughout the past calendar year. Entries were judged in 18 separate categories, and they're accepting their awards here at Emporia State University. The student entries were produced and aired on broadcast, cable, or webcast and were judged on excellence, believability, creativity, and effectiveness. 2 Kansas State University students grabbed honorable mentions in the complete news feature and event promotion categories. 10 students took home a second-place award in categories such as a full live newscast, 60-second public service announcement, sportscast segment, station website, and in documentaries. 7 K-State students swept the first-place awards representing K-State with entries in undergraduate radio and TV, intern TV, and graduate radio. The luncheon and award ceremony started here at ESU around noon and lasted until about the beginning of this show. Just before the luncheon, the Kansas Association of Broadcasters hosted a career fair for journalism students to network with potential employers. Now I'm here with 2 other Kansas Association of Broadcasters award winners. We have Avery Osten and then also Clarissa Weirs. Now Avery, can you tell me, was this your first KAB that you won?
No, Katie, I actually had the honor last year of winning a sports broadcasting award, and this year I had a news broadcasting award and also a sports broadcasting award, so it's a real honor to be able to be recognized in both different categories.
That's awesome, congratulations. And Clarissa, you were telling me a moment ago that this actually was your first KAB award this year. Can you tell me a little bit about, the feelings, your emotions behind it?
Yeah, actually I'm really excited that it's my first award. I think a lot of us put in a lot of work throughout the year, so it's really nice to just get recognition with like a plaque in your hands to really say like, good job, and it also motivates me more for next year to go for another KAB award as well.
Well, that's all for us today. We're done here at Emporia State University. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Katie, and congrats to all the K-State students who were recognized by the KAB organization today.
K-State has kicked off a new 48-hour film festival this year. The festival is sponsored by the College of Education, Division of Communications and Marketing, Journalism and Mass Communications, and Leadership Studies. Entries were open to all K-State students. 11 teams participated in the film race that began on Thursday at 7 p.m. and ended 2 days later. Several teams worked long hours in order to meet the 48-hour deadline.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of work, but a cool project.
Absolutely, for sure. I know that students put a ton of work in there.
Yeah, thanks for spending time with us. Thanks for watching Channel 8 News.
This is Channel 8 News.